If you're an empath that struggles with asking for help and receiving help, then watch this video. I think most empaths grow up in households where their needs aren't met, especially their emotional needs. And what that basically ends up doing is it ends up teaching us that we can't really rely on people and we're on our own. And if that's not the case, then maybe you did ask people for help to be there for you, but when they did step up, they messed it all up. So once again, you basically come back to the conclusion that you can't really rely on people. You're on your own. This is what causes a lot of empaths to bottle things in until they can't anymore. It's what makes them feel super lonely and like nobody understands them. It's partly the reason why a lot of empaths are lone wolves or they identify as being introverted. I think it's also why in the first 2 to 3 decades of an empath's life, they will kid themselves into thinking that they're fine, and they'll just say they're fine because they're pushing everything down because they know nobody's going to come and be there for them. So they just tell themselves they're fine and they keep trucking on. Going back to the topic of being an empath that struggles asking for help and receiving help. What's helped me to overcome those hurdles is lots of inner work. I needed to get rid of a lot of negative and limiting beliefs around thinking that I had to do it on my own, that I couldn't trust people, that I was weak if I asked for help, and that I needed to be this like super hyper independent woman. I needed to definitely do really deep shadow work, inner child work around past traumas I had that caused me to not trust in people to be there for me, and release all the heavy emotions connected to that. And all of that inner work needed to be balanced out with actual external physical actions. So then I started practicing asking for help from certain people and not expecting the worst. And actually allowing myself to receive it and feel comfortable with receiving it. And this is an ongoing practice. And so in these last few years, I've definitely gotten so much more comfortable with asking for what I need in terms of like physical actions from people. And I'm pretty good with that. But in the last few years, I've especially been working on asking for my emotional needs to be met and feeling comfortable with that. I hope this helped. Definitely follow my account to become an empowered empath.